All right, starting on this particular Canvas practice, you're going to format your answers a little differently because as you've probably noticed, some of your answers have exponents and then some of your answers have exponents within fractions and some of your exponents have multiple bases and multiple exponents, and it becomes too complicated to give you enough boxes and things. So I'm going to show you, and I can actually tell that some of you have already figured this out from some of the responses you've typed to me. I'm going to show you how, after you solve a problem, let's say this was question 1 and this was question 2 and this was question 3, starting on the practice quiz that you're going to do after you watch this video, you're going to start typing in all of your answers, but you have to format it in a very specific way, or as you know, Canvas will mark it wrong. So if this was your question, you'd of course write this down on your paper and you'd show on your paper, okay, this is a product of powers. I'm going to add the exponents. This will become x to the 13th. Because you don't have a math equation editor to type in your answers in Canvas, it's available to me when I type in your questions, but it's not available to you to type in your answers. How do you actually type in this entire response in Canvas? I'm going to show you right now. Ready? You're going to type X on your keyboard, just a lowercase x. Don't do anything weird to it. Don't capitalize it. Don't italicize it. Don't do anything. Just type X. And then if you look at your keyboard right now, look at the number 6. If you shift and do the number 6, it looks exactly like the button on your calculator that does the exponent for you. It looks like this. So you're going to type that with your keyboard. You'll type X, you'll do shift, the number 6, and you'll get this symbol, and then you'll type 13. And this is what it looks like when you type it in on Canvas. Don't do any spaces, don't do any capitalizations, nothing like that. This is how you type in an answer of X to the 13th. Okay, if I had a question like this, I'm going to add the exponents and get x to the -5. But of course, as we know, you need to prove by typing it in your answer that you know what negative exponents do. So you know this is actually 1 over x to the 5th. But again, how do you type that in Canvas? Okay, we already know for fractions that we use the slash, which is the same as the question mark button. So I do type the number 1, type the slash, no spaces, and then type X, and then shift 6 will give you that symbol, and then 5. So this is how you write it on paper. This is how you type it into Canvas. And some people also like to show, because actually it's probably technically more accurate if you show exactly what all of it is in the denominator. So it will also be correct if you do 1 slash, and then if you put parentheses around everything that goes in the denominator, that will also be marked as correct as long as you don't put any spaces in. Don't add any spaces. Okay, so this is how you write it, and you can type it into Canvas one of those 2 ways. So you're going to have to format your entire answer and make sure you're formatting it correctly. All right, last one. This is quotient of powers. So I'm subtracting exponents, or you can list them all out if that helps you to see exactly where to cancel them and what is left where, whatever works for you. But I know I'm going to subtract these, and I know that I started with more in the denominator, so I'm going to end up with x's in the denominator. I'm going to subtract the y exponents, and this time I see that I have more in the numerator. So what I have is 2 y's left in the numerator, and I have 3 x's left in the denominator. That is your answer that you've got written out on your paper. The question is, how do you type it into Canvas? You can type this, y, shift 6, 2, then you need the fraction slash, no spaces, do not type any spaces, and then x, exponent symbol, which is shift 6, 3. You can type it in like that, or if you would like to, you can put parentheses around it. Sometimes that's more clear if we have a lot of stuff in the numerator and denominator. Either one of those is correct, but no spaces. Okay, if you have any questions about that, ask your math teacher, but that is how you format things to type in all of your answers in Canvas, which you have to do right now.